Hello, this is Karen Shalkai here with another shirtless video. And, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before, but I'm a double bass player. So, I play this thing. And that's just what today's video is going to be on, just me messing around with it. So, you know, it's bigger than me. Most people confuse this for a cello, which is not. It's a double bass, which also gets confused with a bass guitar. Different things. Let me just play just some random strings. One second. Hey Siri, stop timer. Anyway, I'm back. But yeah, this thing is massive. It's, in my opinion, it sounds beautiful. I love that's the main reason I decided to pick this up. Because there's a certain tone about it that I love. This bass probably isn't the best for demonstrating it. It's probably not in perfect tune. Also, it's just a crappy bass in general. Beat up. But, here. Basses in orchestra, which I'm in, they don't have very big parts, but they're also the most important part. They keep the rhythm, very simplistic most of the time, and they'll every now and again get a solo, but this is one of the cases. On its own, it just sounds like a simple bum, 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 but when you put it together with the rest of the music, then it's a different thing entirely. So let me just try to prop that up. I'll play it for you guys here. See, very simplistic, nothing too crazy, but this is also a simplistic piece. When you get in later on in the bass, it gets really hard, where compared to like something like a viola, which I used to play, the strings are much bigger, thicker, and overall they're just harder to press down. Some of you may not know this, but in order to play one of these big instruments, to change the note, you have to press down on the metal strings onto the wood. Of course, this can hurt. So, you know, people are already having hurting fingers with violins, the smallest in the orchestra. Small strings, smallest in general. Imagine, look at this thing. You can't see it, but this thing's thicker than my mom. But right now, it's just really hard to properly play. I'll give you an example. It's not very easy to do this. And right now we're learning about shifting, which bass players had to know. From the moment we picked this up, we had to know shifting, since we're violins and violas, you can play without shifting, you know? Simple stuff. Not with this. It's required to shift. Shifting is basically doing this mid-orchestra piece, or mid-piece. So basically, let me do this. That's what shifting is. So on something like the E string, which is the last deepest, it's the thickest, shifting is really hard. Luckily, you don't shift very often on it. Most of the shift happens on the G and D string, which are some of the smallest. This is G, and this is E. Now these are the lightest tones on the bass, and in my opinion they sound the best. But it's another thing about bass is that this is a note. It sounds god awful. But the thing is, if you listen if you ever look online, string orchestra, and you see them doing a lot of this. And the thing is, it matches perfectly with the other instruments. So while it's on its own, it sounds terrible. When you mix it in with other stuff, it's beautiful. That's another thing I like about bass. It's just, on its own, it may not sound the best sometimes, but without bass and orchestra, you don't have a good orchestra. It's just a simple fact. There's a reason it's called the bass. It's like taking a bass out of the song, you know? The bass is it's a unique instrument, to be sure. With it being so large, it can be a problem to carry around, but that's also going to give you really deep tones like this. No other instrument an orchestra can replicate that sound. This is the deepest string on the bass. So something like cellos, if you've ever seen a cello, you might think, oh, that's pretty big. Not compared to a bass. A cello is like a baby bass, basically. Not fully grown yet. This is a half-sized one. It's already taller than me by a good bit. The bass, another thing I like about the bass is it's not really seen much solo, but when it is, it's beautiful. If you just look up some like Final Fantasy VII bass cover, it sounds amazing. It just works so perfectly. That's one of the main reasons I chose it too, so I can do my own stuff with it. So that 90% of the stuff I do is going to sound at least decent because of the bass carrying most of that. But you don't really see the top half of the bass, so let me just show you the rest. Alright. Yeah, that's gonna look damage. But yeah, this is the bass, all its glory. I'm trying not to hit anything, but you can see how large it is. It's about to hit the ceiling, actually. Oh. Not to make sure I didn't damage this thing, since it's not mine, it's the school's. But yeah, this thing is absolutely massive. We have to keep it in our game room, because that's the only spot that has enough space in it. Right now I'm in the game room. Right across from me is our CRT, the Sega Genesis, Dreamcast, all of that. But, this is a beautiful instrument. I would recommend it to all those who want to play. It may not be as flashy as something like a violin or viola, but if you whip this thing out, people are going to say, holy shit. Another thing is, it's in multiple genres, not just classical, it's in jazz and such too, which means I, as a bass player, have much more freedom with it. Anything a violin can do, the bass can also do, but I can also do more than that. Overall, this is an amazing instrument, sounds beautiful, and I love it. I think I'm going to start uploading more bass videos onto my channel, just me playing it. And I know not everyone's going to be into that, and I know people who might be into it aren't going to subscribe to my channel because this is going to be a far and few between thing. It's just an extra content that I like to do. And that's my channel in general. I don't really have a specific style, which is gonna hurt me, but I'm fine with that. Once I hit 100 subscribers, I might stick to one thing like gaming and such, and every now and again, go off the path and do something like this, but as a little special thing, like something to go with my uploads. But yeah, could you please hit that subscribe button? I'm trying to hit 100 by my birthday, and if that does happen, I'll be uploading once a week, so I can get good with the algorithm, because I want to make money on this channel. I don't want to waste my life away on a stupid job that I'm not going to enjoy. So anyways, this is Counter-Strike Kyle here. Please subscribe and give me your money.